Hey, how's it going? My name is Alex Sox. So I'm probably you're watching these videos because a member of my team wants to show you how we are investing our money in the financial markets. That's right. Super easy. We are pretty much associated with a US company that has been around the world for over 10 years. That's right. We are also over 120 countries, and we pretty much speak around 12 languages, right? And right now we're approximately 500,000 students around the world. And how we're doing this, we pretty much are analyzing and we are educating ourselves in the different financial markets, as I told you before. And let me show you pretty much what we do are investments. Okay, we're investing real time in the different markets. That's right. So right now what we're seeing is the euros against the dollars, right? So we're gonna do a live investment. Pretty much we are gonna start to get in a platform, in this case an educational platform that is gonna start to teach us how to analyze the markets. That's right? Like for example cryptos, stocks, forex, whatever is your preference, right? So the only thing that we're going to start to do is copy trading. We're going to start to copy the different ideas from a professional trader, in this case a professional person who watch all the financial markets and knows how it's gonna how they roll, right? So super easy. We're gonna copy their idea. In this case we're gonna do a little sample how it's pretty much done. It's super easy. Right now we're gonna do an investment of $100, and as you can see it's gonna be a revenue of $92, right? 92%. So right now we're gonna say that the educator, the trader, told us an idea and says that the price is gonna drop, right? So for example we're gonna do an investment in 1 minute, right? So the only thing that we need to let pass is a minute, and as you can see in the right side it's gonna show us how much time it's left, right? So all this you can pretty much start to do it with our platform. Okay, and let me tell you right now everybody wants to see how they can start to make more income, right? There is a lot of people in this in the team that's working with us and that it's doing an extra income. What I'm saying, like they have their own jobs, but right now it's right now everybody wants to have more, right? So for example what we need to do is like we just need to have these 7 seconds left and see if we're gonna have our investment won, right? So right now we just won $92. So our investment was for $100 and we have 92%. So super easy, right? And how we are gonna do all this, super easy. Like I told you before, we pretty much we're associated with a company, right, who teaches how to do it. And let me show you pretty much how we do it. Is we're gonna go to the platform, which I told you before, it's around the world. We have more than 12 languages, right? And you can if you speak English, if you speak Spanish, if you speak German, you can be in these different classes, right? So for example there's a lot of people that told me that they don't have time and in the morning, right? Or pretty much don't have time any time, right? So I told them that the company, all these schedules from the classes, they are all week long, right? For example, if you have time in the morning, you can pretty much just get into this live class, right? So they're gonna have the traders, the educators, they're gonna have information from the basic ones and mid and also advanced information, right? They're gonna have their favorite classes, right? And also we're gonna have more benefits, right? Once you get into the team, also by studying and by also investing in the financial markets, you're gonna have more benefits. How which benefits? Pretty much you're gonna have also discounts in a in a platform which it's TLX. Okay, and let me show you. For example, you're gonna have more than 50% from the different hotels around the world. For example, you're gonna also can you can also start to make an income from having reservations, in this case from hotels, also for having better prices renting cars when you go on vacations, yachts, private flights also. I mean, pretty much it's a really really good uh, benefit that you have when you start with us in the team, right? And for example, like a couple of days ago, a friend of mine told me that he was going to go to Vegas this upcoming days, right? So he told me that he was going to stay at the Strat Hotel, and that he has a booking price, and he told me that it was about like $300. So what I did is like I went actually to booking and make sure that it was the correct price, right? So for example, at the Strat, which was the hotel that he plans to stay, the night was $148. Okay, so with that price, he told me if I can have a better price with my benefit, right? So what I did is pretty much I went to my platform for my discounts, and I have the same exact hotel, and I have a really really good price, more than 50% more, right? So I have it for $52 a night. What a price, right? So what I did is pretty much I just went and see how much it was going to cost me, and let me show you how much it was going to be with booking. So for all these nights, which was 3 nights, it was going to be $303. $300. Imagine that. So when I went to my total in my platform, it was up to $149, $150. So that was a discount for 50% from the benefit that you are going to have. So like I told you before, right now we can start to make income from all over the world, and also we are doing it from investments, and also with this benefit that we are having for being in the team. So what I did is like I told you, you can either you can have two options. One, you can give the same price to your friend, if a family member, somebody else, some relative, right? Or you can also you can have a little more income. For example, I told him, you know what, it's $300 with booking. With my price, with my benefit, with my discount, it's gonna be $250. So what I had was $100 for just having this benefit. So for just being on the company, in the academy, and for just being a member of the team. That easy, right? So pretty much that's how it works. It's super easy. And probably you're thinking, well, pretty much that's it. Well, no. Also, for being in a year with us, right? We have also a loyalty benefit, which it means that the company is gonna give you a free trip to either of these different locations, right? The first year probably, well, it's pretty much gonna be each year is gonna be different, right? The first year is gonna be Mexico or Visa in Spain, right? The second one's gonna be Miami, Paris, and also Thailand. So it's gonna be like I told everybody else, it's like those are like exotic locations, right? Because if you can see, as you go in the loyalty plan, if you stay 1 2 3 8 years, like for example in the 8th year you're gonna have a safari to Africa, right? So all these prices pretty much value between $3,500 and $4,000, because this is gonna be a free trip for you and one more person. If you have a wife, you can bring your wife. If you have a friend, you can have whatever decision you're gonna make. Okay, so we come up to the very important point. So how much it's gonna cost me, Alex? How much this gonna be? And we know that pretty much we're gonna start to make money with the company, and start more than that, we're gonna start to learn how to do more income by investments, by a person that pretty much is professional, and also it's pretty much working every single day with the financial markets, right? So pretty much the price for all the memberships for being in the team is gonna go up to $275, which is super cheap because we already make $92 in a minute, right? So what about the rest of the day? What about in 10 minutes? What about in 15 minutes? Right? So it's gonna be a super price. So I mean, when they told me this information, I was like, it's just only $275. So at that time, it was for me like, you know what, I'm in, I'm all the way in, right? So pretty much that's it. That's pretty much how we work with the team. And let me tell you something. More than how much we're doing with investment and how we are analyzing the markets, it's pretty much how we are doing it right now, right? And let me ask you this question. Probably at your work, are you right now happy? Are probably you're having a really good time? And probably yes, right? But let me tell you something. Right now, around the world, we are working with every single thing, right? Like I told you, we had to start to look into something else. And I'm not trying to tell you to quit your job or something like that. I'm just telling you that right now in these times, you need to have an extra income, right? So I'm gonna let you with this, and also I'm telling you that it's not how much we're doing, it's how we are doing it, right? If you had this information, imagine what you're gonna do in 15, 30, 40 days. Imagine. And just having it, probably just investing probably half an hour at the most, right? So we are pretty much it, and pretty much that's all, right? But before we go, I just wanted to tell you that the person who sent you this video, just go with him, and you know what, be thankful for this information that you have been seeing with us right now, and pretty much for all the value that gives us pretty much to you, right? And pretty much I'm pretty much a guy that is a it's a oh I'm in black squares, or I'm in the white squares, right? So I'm not in a gray zone. Pretty much it's black or white, right? I probably there are some of you that's pretty much like that, also like me, right? So I'm gonna tell you there's only three types of people right now, okay? person person number one is the person that has that looks all this information, that has been uh pretty much seeing everything making sense, and that pretty much also wants to start with a team and wants to start having more income by their investments and by using the same money that he has, and to start to build and start to have more for him and his relatives, right? So person number one is the person who's already ready to start, okay? And person number two is pretty much the who has some doubts, who has some inquiries, right? And if we can given all the information that's pending, that is pretty much like in question mark right now, he's ready to make a decision, right? Where yes or no. And person number three is the person who pretty much saw this information and it's like it's comfortable with the same 95 job that he has, and pretty much that's like he's fine like that, and pretty much wants to say the same exact situation that he has right now with his job, right? So go with the person who sent you this video and let him know which type of person are you. Person number one, person number two, or person number three.